Feeling stuck? We're talking about why you are stuck and how you can break free from it. Stuck, the kind where every effort to move forward feels like untangling a pair of headphones. Lots of effort and no progress. Sound familiar? You know what is so surprising to me is that most people around you are feeling the same way. Studies show that 85% of people admit they feel trapped in their own lives. 85%. That's not just a statistic. That's practically everyone at your last family barbecue. But let me ask you something. What's holding you back from moving forward? Is it fear? Is it self-doubt? Or what if you're actually sabotaging your own happiness without even realizing it? I've been there. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck. In this video, we're diving into the real reasons why you're spinning your wheels, and most importantly, what steps you can take to finally break free. So stick with me because your next move might just change everything. All right, let's cut to the chase. You are stuck. You feel it every day. Like life is pressing the pause button while you're screaming, can we just hit fast forward already? Here's the good news. You don't have to stay this way. Today, we're going to break down why you're stuck and, more importantly, the simple steps you can take to finally break free. By the end of this video, you'll have the answers and you'll have the tools to move forward confidently. Are you ready? Let's dive in. I'm going to share a personal story with you. 25 years ago, I asked myself the most difficult question I have ever asked myself. Should I stay in my marriage or get a divorce? The fear and shame and embarrassment I felt was unbearable. I had 4 beautiful little boys. They didn't ask for this. A broken family, 2 separate homes, 2 separate beds, time away from mom, time away from dad. Honestly, I've never experienced anything more difficult. The story I was telling myself was that I was a failure. I was a failure if I couldn't make this marriage work. I was humiliated and embarrassed to speak to anybody about it. Sadly, I asked myself this same question for many years. I was stuck. This isn't just my story. It's our story. Whether it's resentment, fear, or self-doubt, these emotions, they lock us in. They keep us from moving forward, from making decisions, and from truly living. Once I identified what was holding me back, I took action. One step at a time, I began the journey of self-discovery and self-awareness. I took time to reflect in solitude. I took actions to create a wonderful family. I became confident in my decisions and in my choices along the way. So let me ask, what's the story you're telling yourself? And is it time to rewrite it? Here's the thing, that story isn't just passing thought. It's the foundation of how you see yourself and the world around you. It's that quiet voice that shapes your decisions, holds you back, and keeps you in a loop of inaction. And getting to the bottom of it, that's not easy. Doing the inner work means looking at the uncomfortable truths. It means sitting with the fear, sitting with the doubt, and the old beliefs that might have been keeping you safe, but are now keeping you stuck. It's messy, it's emotional, but it's also where the magic happens. Because when you take the time to dig deep, you'll start to see the patterns. You'll uncover the moments that created these stories, and you'll realize that you're not stuck with it forever. Rewriting your story doesn't just change how you think, it changes how you live. And isn't that worth the challenge? All right, we've talked about why you're stuck and the stories that are keeping you there. Now let's get to the good part, how to break free. It's not magical, and it's definitely not effortless, but it is doable. I've created a simple 4-step process to get you moving forward starting today. Step 1, name your trap. Before you can get unstuck, you have to figure out what's holding you in place. Is it resentment? Fear of failure? Maybe it's the overwhelming feeling that you don't know where to start. Whatever it is, you need to name it. Write it down. Grab a pen, open your notepad, write it down. There's power in seeing your trap on paper. It takes it out of your head and makes it something that you can tackle. Ask yourself, what's the biggest thing keeping me from moving forward right now? It doesn't have to be perfect, just name it. Is it a toxic relationship, a fear of rejection, a fear of failure, the belief that you're not good enough? Identify it so you know what you're working with. Step 2, rewrite the story. Here's where the heavy lifting starts. The trap that you just named is tied to a story you've been telling yourself. And that story, it's optional. You're not married to it, even if it feels like you are. Maybe you've been telling yourself, I'm not strong enough, or I'll fail if I try. But what if that's not true? Challenge the story. Ask, what if I'm wrong? What if I can handle this? Then rewrite it into something empowering. For example, replace I'm not good enough with I'm learning and growing every day. You don't have to believe it 100% at first. That comes with practice. That comes with taking actions. But changing the script in your head is the first step to changing how you show up in your life. Step 3, take one brave step. Take one action. Action is where it begins. It doesn't have to be big. It can be big, and it definitely doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be something. Maybe it's setting a boundary, having a difficult conversation, or saying no to something that's draining you, or saying no to someone that's draining you. Action is what breaks the loop. Start small if you have to. Start big if you can, but just start. Because every step you take, no matter how messy or how imperfect, builds momentum. And momentum is how you go from stuck to unstoppable. Step 4, rinse and repeat. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. It is not a one-time event. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, even when it feels like nothing's changing. The truth is, real growth comes from the small, consistent habits that slowly shift your mindset and reshape your life. Think of it like planting a garden. You don't just toss some seeds in the dirt and expect a full bloom the next morning. You water it, tend to it, pull out the weeds, and trust the process. The key? Find what works for you. What makes you feel stronger, clearer, and more aligned with your values, and commit to that. These habits aren't quick fixes. They are the foundation for lasting change. Stick with them, and the transformation will follow. This list of actionable steps is a simplified starting point, a framework to get you thinking and moving in the right direction. But let's be honest, breaking free from feeling stuck is rarely a one-size-fits-all process. Every story, every challenge, and every goal is unique to you. And that's where personal guidance comes in. If you're ready to dive deeper and truly master these steps, that's the perfect reason to reach out to me. Together, we'll unpack your specific situation, Tailor these lessons to fit your life and create a plan that works for you. Here's what I want you to remember. You are not broken. You are not beyond repair. You're just stuck, and stuck is temporary. If you're looking for more insight, you may want to listen to Your Emotional Breakthrough Starts with This Habit. It'll show you one simple mindfulness tool that creates calm and builds mental strength. It's the easiest way to start changing your life today, so check it out. And remember, breaking free isn't about waiting for the right moment, it's about creating it. And you've got this.